here we are looking at one of my 3 strawberry patches. As you can see, there's a few strawberries on there. We're actually getting kind of late in the season. We're in August now, but I still have some strawberries that are all over the vine right now. And I want to tell you my secret on growing strawberries. So here is, and there's a few weeds in here, but here is my little strawberry patch. I'm gonna just kind of back up here a little bit. I kind of put it along this little pathway, walkway that we have on our front side of our house, and I've actually got a blueberry bush, and then some strawberries growing, and another blueberry bush. So what I did is I got one of those 12 packs of strawberry plants, and I went ahead and planted it in the ground 2 summers ago. Actually it was last summer. So last summer. And one thing I did was I give these plants Epsom salt probably every week to every 2 weeks. And I kid you not, I come out here and I sprinkle some Epsom salt around. A couple things that it does for these everbearing plants, and these just keep producing strawberries. I would say if you're going to get any type of strawberry plant, get this kind, Everbearing Strawberries, because honestly, heaven's sakes, I mean, I have got buckets of strawberries inside my house from this. And you know, you don't get too many off a day. I would say you get a little small bowl, but that's great. You need to come out every day. My kids love to come out every day and just pick strawberries, and they're the ones that do it. They get little bowls, and they're 4 and 2 years old, and they each have a bowl, and they come out and they pick the strawberries, and then usually they don't make it to the freezer. They actually eat them before we can do anything with them. But what you need to do is just take some Epsom salt and sprinkle it around the plants, and do that twice a month if you can. And seriously, they love it. Love it, love it, love it. And you will get good sized berries, and they won't be the teeny little puny ones that you see. And that's it. I mean, you really don't need to worry about any other type of fertilizer or anything. Just the Epsom salt, and it's almost like Miracle-Gro for the berries, and it's an organic way to just kind of give it some fertilizer, and it helps the berries get nice and big. So I really like it. I do it with all of my patches. It also helps kind of keep the slugs away, so that you have less of a chance of looking at a berry that has been eaten by a slug. So example, here we have an icky little berry that got eaten by a slug. So that does happen, and you have to be aware of it, and all you need to do is I pick those off. I pick that nasty thing off. I usually just like chuck it in the corner. I don't really worry about it too much, but I get rid of it. So that's it with picking strawberries. It's very simple and fun to do, and your kids will enjoy it, and they're gonna have a fun time today picking up a bunch of strawberries from our garden. Oh, here's a nice big one. Let's get in there. See how big these can get? Oh my goodness, this is like the stuff you see at the grocery store. I kid you not, because you know, sometimes people go, well, my berries never look like that. Give it Epsom salt. I'm telling you, that is like one of the best things to do for anything in your garden. Just give it some Epsom salt. Even pepper plants. Pepper plants love Epsom salt. So do strawberries. So have fun growing strawberries. Totally try it out. Get some from the store this next year if you can. Or maybe a friend of yours that might be growing some strawberries has some starts for you. And I will show you what those look like in a minute. All right, this is my second strawberry patch. And it is over here in the back side of our house. And it actually does fairly well. We actually get a ton of strawberries off this guy. I don't see too many today on here, but I mean, I see a lot that are just starting. We're in August, but we do have a bunch of starts, and that's what I came over here to talk about. Strawberry starts. These are what they look like. I don't know if you can see, they're kind of like runners. They just basically shoot off the plant. Whoa, they shoot off the plant, and look at this. You can see a little root system going on. If there's a root system, you can go ahead and snip this right where I'm talking about right here. This is basically, it goes to another one, which goes back to the main plant. I mean, you can just snip that off, and you've got more strawberry plants to plant in other parts of your garden to get started for the year. And I mean, it's not hard to do. You can just kind of let them touch. I water them, by the way. So when I'm bringing the water over, and the reason that I water the starts is because they will do a little root. They will root themselves. So if you just want to keep adding to your strawberry patch, because I started with only so many strawberries in here, but because last year they've kind of, you know, had little runners and starts coming off, that's going to be another little patch. I mean, it's amazing how that happens. There's another one right there going over. You can see that one right there. And you can see all of those just are new little starts happening along the edges. Oh, and that one's creeping its way up on our walkway, but So it just depends. You can kind of move them around. I've seen people take little leftover plastic containers, put dirt inside of it, and then bring it down here underneath the plant and put the plant in that container with the dirt. And that's another way, so that once the root system does get going inside of that container, you can just trim it off from the original plant and trim it down, and you have strawberry plants that you can transplant somewhere else into your yard if you want to have another strawberry patch. My strawberry patch continues on here along this retaining wall that we have down to a window well, and I've actually got two rhubarbs growing this year. These were brand new this year. They were teeny weeny little baby plants, but they have, you know, gotten pretty good size. You can see the nice red color deep in there. It's nice and red. But we can't pick rhubarb. The first year that you have rhubarb, you can't really pick the plants on the rhubarb. So I'm going to be waiting until next year to do that. But here we are. Here's some more runners. You can see the strawberries. I mean, they just kind of have come out from the side, and I watered it back here because I'm hoping that they're going to basically root themselves. This one's rooted. I can actually feel it. It's actually rooted itself right into the ground. It's not wiggling. So it's doing really well. We're going to have a lot more strawberry plants growing for this next season, which will be nice. And this is just, I have 3 patches total, and this is just one of my 3 strawberry patches. So just wanted to show you.